Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, all series videos. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and for subscribing. In this video, I'll be updating you on his mistress child. Guess what? Ashok rescues Krishna from Varun. You need to watch till the end to find out how it happened. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the like button. It will help this video a lot. Let's go. Yashoda and Manoj are on the way to reach there. Alok sends her current location again. Ashok and Alok reach the room where Krishna was locked, but Varun has already left from there. Yashoda reaches there and finds Krishna's shirt button. She says, "My son was here." Manoj says he shall not be far. Kamini tells the guy that God is with her and Varun will send Krishna far. The guy goes to the terrace in search of network and finds Varun's location. He informs Alok. Alok and Ashok see Varun's jeep and the latter throws his phone away. The guy says Varun threw his phone as his location is stagnant. He informs Alok. Yashoda and Manoj are in the car again. She says she will call that guy who sent me the address. She calls Alok, who asks her to come straight and then he will send location to her. Yashoda asks, "Who are you?" Alok asks her to worry for her son. Manoj says he is Ashok only, who is worried for Krishna. Yashoda says she will take Ashok with Krishna to their house. Amma finds Kamini missing and says if she is involved, then I will throw her out. Babuji says Kamini must have thought about the house betterment. Marwa says Gigi will do the betterment of the house. Arvind says we can't trouble Barbie. Marwa says even you tried to throw Krishna out. Arvind says I agreed for family's respect. But when I realized that I am shattering the goon, I stopped there itself. Babuji says Yashoda went behind him. Amma says she went to search your grandson. She says let them come. If it's mistake of Kamini, then not even you can save her. Babuji says you are crossing your limits. Nepal asks them to pray that Krishna returns, else mommy will cry. Asta asks her to go and do her homework. Ashok reaches the dead end and asks the guy. The guy tells one place takes to city and the other to the jungle. Ashok asks Alok to inform Yashoda to reach to the other side. They see Varun and his goon there with Krishna. Varun calls the child trafficker to come soon. Ashok starts beating Varun while Alok tries to make Krishna gain consciousness. Varun also beats Ashok. Krishna opens his eyes and is semi-conscious. Varun tries to suffocate Ashok. Ashok coughs. Ashok pushing Varun and is about to throw stone on him when Alok calls Ashok and asks him to see Krishna. Varun runs away from there. Ashok comes to Krishna and tries to make him come in his senses. He says we have to take him to the hospital, but jeep key is not there. Alok says we can't take him on bike. Ashok lifts Krishna and runs. Yashoda and Manoj see Varun running on the road. They stop the car and ask Varun where is Krishna. Varun and Manoj have a fight. Yashoda asks him where is my son. Varun holds her head and hits her on the car. Yashoda gets injured. Manoj beats Varun and asks him to say where is Krishna. Varun says that side. Yashoda runs towards there. Manoj receives Alok's call, who asks him to come to the location as Krishna needs medical attention. Manoj thinks Krishna went that side only. Yashoda comes there in dizzy state and collides with Ashok. Music plays. Ashok looks at her. Yashoda sits down and hugs Krishna, calling him. She faints. Manoj is coming there. Ashok hugs Yashoda and Krishna. Alok asks Ashok to come with him and says you can't break the promise made to us and takes him forcibly from there. Ashok cries. Manoj comes to Krishna and Yashoda. Alok informs the men helping them that Krishna is found. They all get happy. Kamini acts and asks them to let them go and says she will inform that Ashok is coming home with Krishna. The monks tell that Ashok will not go with them. Bansal tries to instigate them, saying Ashok will not return to them. Inspector comes to the spot. Manoj says they shall be taken to the hospital. Alok calls someone and says, "We are leaving now." Ashok cries and vents out his pain. He says, "Take me away from here. I am feeling pain and can't bear anymore." Alok says, "We shall return the bike to the person and then return with the monks to the ashram." He takes out the SIM and throws it, asking him to think that his past is lost. Yashoda and Krishna are in the car with Manoj and Lady Constable. Yashoda gains consciousness and tells that she had collided with Ashok. Manoj asks Krishna if he saw Ashok. Krishna recalls and says, "Even I saw him." Yashoda gets down the car and says, "I will bring him home." Manoj says if he had to come, then he wouldn't have left. He says he has saved Krishna and his responsibility is over. He says we shall go to the hospital. Yashoda says what to do with inner wounds. Manoj says the kids need you and asks her to come. Yashoda cries and sits in the car. Ashok and Alok come to the bus stand and return the bike to the guy, thanking him. The guy asks him not to thank them and calls him Lawyer Saheb. Ashok sits in the bus. Alok gives him white clothes to wear. Ashok removes his blanket and covers himself with white clothes of a monk. Kamini asks herself to have strength and says nothing is spoiled yet. She asks herself to go inside and answer everyone fearlessly. She comes inside. Amma asked if she got Krishna kidnapped. Babuji says it is good if she tried. He says, "My daughter will not answer." Amma says, "I will not leave Kamini." Kamini says, "Bai came and left. Nobody can stop him and you are saying that you will not leave me." Amma asks, "Where is Ashok?" Babuji says, "Where is my son?" Ashok is in the bus. Yashoda and Krishna come out of the hospital with Manoj. Manoj says he feels sympathetic for Ashok and tells that his love brought him to you, and then his guilt took him far from you. Ashok cries thinking about Yashoda. Yashoda also cries. Manoj's car and the bus pass each other, but Yashoda and Ashok didn't see each other. Arvind asking Kamini to say where he is. Kamini says, "How do I know?" She tells Babuji that his son has become a monk. Amma and Babuji get shocked. Kamini says he asked me to tell everything to him about Varun. She says I got scared and told him everything. Amma realizes that he had come home that night. Babuji says that guy was Ashok at the shop. Mawa asks if he will not return, as their wait is still on. Krishna and Yashoda return home. Kamini taunts that Ashok doesn't return, but his illegitimate son comes again and again. Amma asks Yashoda about Ashok. Yashoda says she met him. She runs to him. Krishna tells them that Yashoda doesn't know about Ashok and says he left us in unconscious state and eloped again. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.